Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker signs a $55 billion state budget, which Republicans call irresponsible. The plan increases funding for safety net hospitals and federally qualified clinics in anticipation of Medicaid cuts. The budget includes $400 million in spending cuts and about $800 million in new taxes. Most of the increases going towards tobacco products, online sports betting, and corporations that store assets overseas. Income, property, and sales tax remain unchanged.
The budget also continues our investments in quality childcare, modernizing roads and bridges, and expanding job training. With rising gas prices across the nation and Trump tariffs taking a bite out of everyone's wallets, our General Assembly and I are working together to make life more affordable for working families.
Illinois House Minority Leader Tony McComey says the so-called balanced budget that relies on one-time revenue sweeps and nearly $1 billion in tax hikes sets the state up for failure by 2027. She also says House Republicans know families want relief, not more taxes and unchecked spending. McComey claims a budget grows government, not opportunity, and invests in priorities many Illinoisans simply don't support.